Hello everyone, this is Guy, your instructor for CI 2000, and I wanted to introduce you to the course and go over a few of the things that we'll be working on and learning this term. So this is a PowerPoint slideshow that I put together about the course, and it's in the student materials for this week. So if you go to student materials in the navigation pane on the left side of the course pages, you can get to this and just see it as a non-narrated PowerPoint. I'm having a little fun here. I'm using one of the slide transitions, which is the opening drapes, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the course. So this is going to be a fun course. You're going to learn skills. You're going to be able to apply these new skills right away in your schoolwork and at home, and if you work at your work, be afraid of anything in the course. You've already learned how to use TV remotes, microwave ovens, and smartphones without taking a course or getting instruction from anybody. And so nothing that we do in this course is any more difficult than the things that you already know how to do with your phone and these other appliances. Now you will be learning new things, and so every time you learn something new, there is a bit of a learning curve to it. I think you'll find it fun and enjoyable. So some of the things we're going to do is we're going to learn about using the Office applications. Now Office is a suite of applications from Microsoft. The ones that learn some things about Windows. And you're going to develop skills at working with data. So this is very valuable in the workplace today, to be able to use information, data, and turn it into something that is knowledge. And this is just a little bit of a joke. This is a animated GIF, and I happen to have a Beagle too, so I thought this was kind of funny and stuck it in there. So it illustrates some of the fun things you can do in PowerPoint. So some apps that you might want to get. There's a Blackboard Mobile app, which allows you to get into your classes from your phone or tablet. So you'll be able to do things there, not just from your computer. And we're not really using the Blackboard Collaborate app as much anymore. We've shifted to Skype, and we may be shifting to something new again pretty soon. So that is another option, but that one is probably less useful right now. And then there's a web browser called Puffin. And so you're probably using Internet Explorer or Google's Chrome or Mozilla Firefox web browsers. But this Puffin web browser for phones and tablets has some advantages over those other browsers. And what it does is it processes a lot of the interactions that you might have with the web page on the server, and that means it's fast and it doesn't have as much data to transmit for you to load new pages. So there's some things you can do with the Puffin browser in the course that you can't do with most of the other browsers. So I'd encourage you to get that. So this is a note about the live Q&A. So we now have quite an extensive schedule of live sessions hosted by instructors, and the UMA calendar button, which is on your home page, has links to all these sessions which occur throughout the week. And so when you're in a live session, the instructor can put slides like the slide you see. There's a place on the left to list all the attendees, and then a chat box so you can type, and so you can come in by phone, but it's better if you come in by your computer, and you can use the phone for the audio portion, but the computer is really the best, so that you can have visual as well as audio. So what we're going to do in this course is, the first week is about Windows mostly, and filing and file systems. Week 2 is going to be about using the internet and Microsoft Word. Week 3, PowerPoint. Week 4, Excel. Week 5 is a lot of electronic health information systems overview and more stuff with Excel. So we have a lot of neat things that we do. So in Windows, you're going to learn about using the operating system and basically how to create folders and a filing system, and the things you can do on the backstage, as well as some terminology. Now, it's not as much terminology as what you might have in medical terminology, so that's a good thing, but it helps to be familiar with some of the terminology just for communication purposes. So a really key thing is that a folder is basically a container. It holds files and other folders. And a file is a document that has been created in an application such as Word or Excel or PowerPoint. And a file can be found inside a folder. You can save it inside a folder. So you can organize your own folders so that you can find things on your computer. So this is just some key features of Word. It's designed for a standard page, which is usually 8.5 by 11. And as you type and the page fills up with text, Word automatically adds more pages as needed. Word now can add things like pictures, shapes, and text boxes in addition to the text on a page, and automatically does check your spelling and grammar. So this is another little annoying but fun animation that I've created here, and remind me never to use this again. Okay, let's move on. PowerPoint is for live presentation. It also can be used in kiosks to make a kind of a continuously running show. But it makes slides, a deck of slides. So each slide can have pictures, text, and more. And you really, in PowerPoint, you want to be emphasizing the pictures and less text. People don't want to read a lot of text on screen. So it does enhance the live presentation by being able to show graphics. You can have music, as you're hearing right now. And you can use animations, which is what I'm doing here, by adding bullet points one at a time. Alright, so let's move on to Excel. Excel comes to you in rows and columns. Each worksheet can have up to 16,000 columns and 1,000,000 rows. And you can have many worksheets in a workbook. So an Excel file is called a workbook, and the default might be 1 or 3 worksheets, and they can be blank, but each one can hold a tremendous amount of stuff. So what you're going to do in Excel will be learn to format text and numbers. You get a little bit of practice using formulas and functions. You'll see how to make charts. And then we'll use the table features to do sorting and filtering, and then we'll get into the pivot tables and charts in week 5. And then electronic health information systems. There are many systems that cover different kinds of records. And we'll not do any of those or use them, but we'll talk about them. We'll learn some about the different kinds of systems and what they're specialized for. Some success tips for the course would be to be active in the course as many days a week as you can. Short sessions are better than marathons, and if you're caught up, then you can more easily cope with the unexpected things that happen in life. The weekly roadmap's a good guide to how to do things each week, and I'd like you to look in my grades to look at the rubrics to see my feedback on each of your discussions and assignments. You can repeat tests and revise assignments to earn higher scores if you don't get all the points on the first attempt. So you'll probably see this if you look in the welcome letter in your class, but these are the behaviors that lead to achievement. So another transition here. And just a summary of what you're going to do. You're going to build on what you already know, learn new skills, and be empowered with all the skills that you gain. You'll be able to use them right away, and you'll be ready to expand your skills on your own after finishing this course. You won't learn every possible thing you can do in Word or PowerPoint or Excel, but you'll be comfortable enough that you can learn the remaining things that you might want to do on your own. So let's get started.